Now the story today is about a great king's palace. Here's the great palace, and near the palace there were four animals. A lion, a cow. So we got a lion and a cow, and the third animal was a dog. And the fourth animal was a little lizard. Okay, now when the four animals used to get together, they would boast about who was the greatest. And the lion would say, well, I'm the greatest animal of all because no one is stronger and braver than me. But the cow said, no, I'm the greatest animal of all because nobody gives milk to feed many people like I do. And the dog said, no, I'm the greatest animal because I am the favorite animal of all the people in the world. And the lizard said nothing. And then the other three animals, they looked at the lizard and they started to make fun of the lizard. And they said, well, at least I'm not a lizard. You can't do anything. You're just small and scaly and nobody notices you. All of the animals, they wanted to go inside the palace because they heard that inside the palace were wonderful things, great treasures, amazing things to eat and drink. And so the lion decides to go to the gate of the palace, and of course there's a guard there. And he says to the guard, you need to let me in because I'm so brave, I could protect the king. And the guard says, well, the king already has his army. He doesn't need you. And the lion comes away very, very sad. You see, the lion's got a sad face now. And then the cow goes to the guard and says, let me in. The king needs me because I can give milk to all his family. And the guard says, but the king already has the best food and drink. And besides, he's got a dairy allergy. So the cow comes away very, very sad as well. And then the dog goes up to the guard. He says, let me in because I could be the best friend the king ever had. And the guard says, the king already has lots of friends. And anyway, the king prefers cats. Oh. And so the dog comes away sad as well. But suddenly the animals notice something in the window of the palace. And as they look up to the palace, they see the king sitting there looking out of the window. There's the king. And each one of them looks up at the king. Here they are all looking up at the king. Look. And they're not just looking at the king because the king has something on his windowsill. What does he have on his windowsill? He has the lizard. Do you notice he's not there anymore? And the animals can't believe it. They say to the lizard, how did you get there? And the lizard said, well, the king leaves a little gap under his door and he likes it when I come in and out. In fact, he's very pleased to see me. Every time I come in, he gets very excited and he likes to watch me. And the lion says, but you can't do anything for the king. And the cow says, you can't give the king anything. And the dog says, you don't deserve to be there. And the lizard said, yeah, I know, but the king still likes me to come in. There's a message here because in the Bible, there's one verse that says, a lizard can be grasped with the hand, but it is also found in kings' palaces. And what it tells me is that God doesn't welcome the braggy people or the big show-offy people or the people who can do loads of stuff. He welcomes the humble. He welcomes the people who maybe can't do much because God says, I welcome everybody who trusts in me and who comes to me humbly like a child.